Quimbo Manning. He is a protector and lover of his family. He's loyal to his friends. He has spent some time in prison, but now he's walking a new path, and we're going to hear all about his journey today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's jump right into it. Tell me about your childhood.
Growing up from McGee, Arkansas, raised on 3rd Street, Shady Lane.
Okay.
I'm from down up in there. You hear me?
Okay.
But as growing up, I transitioned out, moving out of McGee to Pine Bluff.
Okay.
Me, my brother, my mama, daddy. 3.
3 brothers, so it was 4 of y'all together.
Yeah, it's 4 of us.
And so you were raised by your mom and dad?
Yeah,
okay.
And granny.
And your granny?
Yeah.
Okay, so your granny, your mom, and your dad played a significant role in your upbringing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So were you a good child? Were you bad? Were you
I was
good?
terrible.
You was terrible?
I was terrible.
Okay.
I was terrible. Yeah.
Okay. So about what grade did you start acting out? So
I'd say 1st grade. First grade.
1st grade you start acting out.
Yep, 1st grade.
Wow.
Got put in alternative school.
In the 1st grade?
In the 1st grade they started alternative school.
Wow. So usually you hear about, kids, they say I was good in elementary, and when I got to like middle school, I started hanging with the wrong people, and then that's when I started acting out. But since 1st grade, you've been...
I'm from right there, my
God.
people from right there, I was raised yeah. So, you gotta be
yeah.
I was a big brother,
okay,
so
you had to be
I was tougher, and I cherished my cousins, my brothers, my friends. So, and as we growing,
yeah.
It just stayed with me, to protect mine. Yeah, I fought a lot.
Okay.
I
and
did.
A lot of it was out of protection of
protection.
Friends.
Yeah, okay. Ride for others and sticking with others.
In my research, they said that they call you Quimbo.
Yeah.
And they said they would say, "Get 'em, Bo," and
Bo
get 'em.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Wow.
That's
get
true.
'em, Bo, and Bo gon' get 'em. So you ended up growing up in Pine Bluff, for the middle school years.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Yeah.
I moved there 8th grade.
Do you believe if you had stayed in McGee, you would have been getting in trouble and fighting and stuff still?
No, because I was around the people I already knew and grew up with, and majority of them I already had
family,
big dealers with. Yeah.
Relationships.
Yeah, with.
So in this new place,
it's going down. It's going down.
It was going down.
It's going down. So it gotta go down the street and get them.
Oh my God.
You hear me? So, moving to Pine Bluff turned me into a real man, in an early age, stand up for myself, stand up for my family, take care of the family, my mama and them didn't have it like that, but they had it to give, but I was the one that I always go and get it, so they ain't have to give to them one just like that. You have to give to the others.
Okay.
Try to take loads off. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've been like that,
Okay. So you grew up partially in McGee. That's where your family, a big bulk of your friends are.
Yeah.
You were bad even in the 1st grade.
First grade.
You were a fighter to protect your family. Your friends. You had 3 brothers, so you were the oldest. So you were just born to protect, born to lead. You transitioned to Pine Bluff, where you had to be.
Quimbo.
You had to be Quimbo, and there Quimbo was born.
Yeah, that was Quimbo was born.
Okay.
I used to bring it back to McGee and some of the big homies out the hood, it's you Quimbo, Kimbo Slice. But I'm coming through, you hear me?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you get in trouble? Well, let's say, how did you end up going to prison? What happened?
2008.
Okay. How old were you?
I was 19.
19 years
old. January 2008.
Okay.
I tried to rob somebody in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
I'm from McGee. I'm way up here in Little Rock.
Yeah.
what I'm doing up here, but I've been like zigzagging through different towns for like all my life. You hear me?
Okay.
Like I know niggas like in different paths of this life. You hear me? And there's loyal, real niggas that I done dealt with on different bases of dealing with niggas. You hear me? All through Arkansas, not just McGee, Pine Bluff, Little Rock, I done been Fayetteville, I done been Doomer, I done been Durham, I done been here, I done lived all type of different areas.
You ended up in Little Rock and you attempted, or is the time has been silent, but
Robbing,
anyway, you robbed
rob,
somebody. You had a
yeah,
strap.
yeah,
Oh wow.
up the
Okay.
sky.
Where did you serve your time in prison?
Um, at Vaughn, I served majority of my time at Vaughn, but I went from 3, 4 different units from Pine Bluff intake to Malvern,
Okay.
Malvern to Vaughn to Durham back to Vaughn.
Okay, so did you know anybody? You know, you were 19 years old.
I ain't
You,
know,
did you know anybody?
I ain't
Didn't
know
know anybody.
nobody when I got locked up. I was in cell. I ain't know nobody in cell
Yeah.
blocks, none of that. I ain't
Wow.
wait.
Was it clean in there? Was it dirty or clean?
Like, niggas nasty. You hear me? Like,
So it was kind of nasty.
yeah, like for the majority part, you keep yourself clean, your area clean.
Yeah.
Like, cause niggas nasty. You hear me?
What
Like,
about the food? Because I've seen people come
nasty.
out different ways. I've seen people come out, or let's just say, bigger than what they were when they went in.
Yeah.
I also have seen them look healthier than when they went in. So, how is the food? Is you said it's
The
nasty?
food nasty. I'm saying, but you got commissary and different ways to make your own food and make sure you got your own health together. Working out,
Yeah.
taking care of yourself. They food ain't hitting on nothing. Nobody don't want their food. I'm saying you don't want to go eat their food.
Right.
Hey, there nothing there. You hear me? No seasoning on nothing. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah.
So, did you see anything dangerous happen? Like, did you see fights or rapes or things like that? Does that
Yeah, I done
actually take
seen.
place in prison?
I ain't never seen rapes, but I done seen niggas ain't right. You hear me?
Okay.
Like,
Fighting,
yeah,
jumping.
and just period.
Yeah.
Gay niggas getting their head bust with locks and socks.
God.
Shit, niggas getting stabbed.
God.
Like it really going down in the
Do
penitentiary.
the
Like,
guards really protect you, or they
no,
call them
no,
correctional
they ain't.
officers
What
now?
they gonna do if you standing in the barracks with a whole knife in your hand, and you ain't got no knife in your hand? You standing on the side of the door with a key in your hand. You coming in there to protect me?
Wow. So you really, so how does somebody survive in prison? I mean, you did the crime, you're doing the time. How do I make it to another day?
Man, you gotta take it day by day
Yeah.
and stay in your lane.
Okay.
Maintain your lane. When you get to prison, you want to maintain your lane. But this is a thing you don't want to. Don't. I'm gonna acknowledge this first.
Okay.
I acknowledge all men do not go to prison. Don't go to prison. It's a place a man do not want to be.
Okay.
I'm saying it's nothing there for a man. You hear me?
Yeah.
When you get there, they gonna treat you like you're not a man. You hear me? Like it's not the inmates, it's the officers. You hear me? Dude, it's the you getting controlled like a robot. I'm saying it, and you on that screen like for real.
Right.
And if you can't dodge that string, you gonna get a pup. You gonna be a puppet for them.
Right.
And they getting paid for puppeting you around. You hear
Well,
me?
now they're making it seem like it's so easy. I'll go lay down. I'll do this. I'll go to prison.
Man,
I always talk about the Frito.
hey,
they say, yep, how it turned out.
that young man. That's a young man that don't know what living for his family is. You hear me? He ain't found living for his family yet. You hear me?
Wow. Yeah. They not.
As a young man gotta catch the first mistake. You gotta learn from the first mistake.
Yeah.
You gotta take the first mistake and take it for what it was worth.
Yeah.
If you ever fell in a situation and then grow from that one mistake.
Yeah.
Now, some people they already know right from wrong.
Right.
Well, I say any human because right from wrong hit your dome before you do any right from wrong shit. You hear me?
Right.
Like it's gonna cross your mind.
Just innately. Yeah.
Right from wrong. You knew you ain't supposed to pick up the can.
That's right.
So if you can learn, if a person can learn from that,
yeah,
it'll get a man, a human, a lady, it'll get them way farther in life. Like everything just a lesson, a test. Everything is just it's a stepping stone to your growth of life. You hear me? It's called life because it give you is one time to live it. You hear me?
Right.
So if you could take a bad situation, make it look good, and still abide by your laws, policies, codes you was raised off for, your morals, your testimony that you already was engraved in you, then you will know that prison, detention centers, all that is not built for nothing but the black community race.
My God.
And it show it in the prison system.
Okay, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. So now there are viral sensations on TikTok. They barbecuing in prison. I seen it with my own eyes. They got barbecue pits inside the prison. They using steps, metal steps.
Yeah.
They are having dance parties and stuff like that. Is that realistic for Arkansas or for the unit you were at? Is that?
No, not no barbecuing. Like they'll have a Coke can and roll up some tissue and make a flame and put the chicken on there, the egg on there, or whatever, the noodles, the sausage, put that on there.
Yeah.
But barbecue, all that.
But is that happening out in the open?
No.
It's hidden.
No. Yes.
Security.
That's hit. Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't getting caught doing it.
If you do,
you going to jail.
You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Because on TikTok, making it seem like prison a party, along with the
it's
rappers
not a party.
and whoever else making it seem like prison is a party.
It's not a party.
From your testimony, that's not what.
It's not a party. It's not a party. No man should go to prison. I wish no prison on no man.
So how long did you spend in prison?
I did 8 years. 8 years. Yep.
8 years.
I did 6 at Varna, 2 at Durham.
Okay. So 2 in Durham and 6 at Varna.
Not knowing a soul.
What about visitation? Did you get many visitors? How was that? Like the people you were growing up with, the people you loyal to, were they coming or was it just family? Was it just friends? You know, who was coming?
Yeah, I had visitors. Okay. And I had visitors that real visitors. You hear me? That I still deal with today. My circle's still the same. You hear me? Same circle. Okay. You hear me? Like I can't even complain about that part of me being in prison. Right. Because just the way I'm loved like that, like still to the day, testament like I'm got the same people that was riding with me in prison.
What about the other people? Was everybody getting visitors, or it's just certain people?
But you had people that didn't get visitors, young niggas. There's 21, 22 people. I already forgot about them because they'd have been dead 3-4 years. Like once time start flying, visitors gonna get short. Everything gonna get slow. Commissary gonna slow down. You ain't gonna get no letters like that. Like you gonna really be forgotten about. You gonna be like, damn. So is the world still going? Like for real? Like
before the interview, I read an article where the lady coming to see her husband in I think California, she had to sue the state. They strip searching her every time. And sexually assaulting her.
Yeah.
And so it's just crazy that you're guarding people that you're calling criminals, and because they've committed crimes, and y'all committing crimes on me.
Yeah. Every time y'all come through the door, they do that every time anybody come through their door. They want to see your ass, your booty, your titties. They want to see it.
Oh my God. So you're a protector in your family.
Yeah.
How do you find the balance of being that protector and then your family members calling you, you know, about something that's going on? So what's the balance between not going back to prison and my family member calling me because they need me?
I got a son.
You got a son.
I got a son, and man, I done what niggas won't do, and niggas that done what I probably won't do.
Yeah, yeah.
You hear me?
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I ain't going back to prison because prison is no like for my family to call me to put me to go back to prison, showing me that they don't give a damn about me today.
So you saying
Cause I'm the only felon. You know what I'm saying? Cause all it taking one risk for me, you got 2, 3 risks. You hear me?
Right, right.
So it's a difference between just jumping the gun
Right.
and taking a risk of just get the police getting called on me.
Right.
Cause that can't even happen. You hear me? No running in with the laws at all. You hear me? That's what hurt me the most about me today,
Yeah.
because of what I won't do like I would.
You're saying that originally I didn't look at the outcome, but now I got something more than me to look to live for my son.
Yes.
And it hurts that I can't crash out like I used to, because I have to look at the outcomes now. Where at first I wasn't looking at the outcomes. But now my family, my friends, you know what situation I'm in. So when you call me, knowing how I'm gonna feel about it, it got me looking at you like, you know, I want to ride. So why would you call me? Oh wow. So you kind of just make sure you're looking at things from a point of view of other than just yourself and your emotions.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about my son.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my son. I'm thinking about living. I'm thinking about. I'm out here living for real. Like, I done traveled. I'm out here living. You hear me? Since I done been out of prison,
Right.
I've been out here living. I lost myself. You hear me? I ain't come home and stand on no beating like you know how men come home with plans in prison. I didn't come home like that though. I didn't come home with plans, and I came home just wanted to live. You hear me? Because I had left young. 19. So as me coming back to the world, I came home just like I ain't do a day in prison. I just hit the streets running. I had faced other obstacles while I was still doing the other dirt and running the streets and jumping the gun. There was a point when he came, like everything just like changed over, like it did in real life.
Right.
Like it flipped me.
Right.
Like, and I used to hear it all the time, like, you need a kid, ooh, you sit your ass down. But I always knew I was going to grow into something, though, because I always been a man, for real.
Okay, so you ride. You on your way to the store to get some gas.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom called. She tells you that your brother, one of them, anyone you want to think about, is going to prison. Would that make you cry or tear up knowing, because you've experienced that, knowing what they're about to experience and endure?
Yeah.
It will make you cry.
Yeah. I know. Even though I know they're going to hold it down, they're going to be straight, woo, because we have some West system just like that, but do them time like that, like them years like that, you hear me? Man, these niggas down there ain't coming home till they 50, like for real. That's been there when they was 17, 18. This real life was with no timers, you hear me? You got 6 months, you got a life sentence, they end up bound like that, you hear me? So it's just how you gonna stand about it. You gonna stand as a man about it, you gonna fold under pressure about it, you hear me?
While you were in there, did you miss out on anything?
Man, I miss my family.
You miss your family.
I miss my family, and I miss women.
And women.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're in there with all men. It's
all
not mixed.
Men.
It's just men. You know? Occasionally you will have a woman correctional officer, and some of them turn, I heard. But hey, it's 1,000 men here, and you might have one guard that flip with some guy, so everybody else missing out. But
any man in that motherfucker, they want a woman right now. I don't give a fuck if he gay or he goddamn be straight. He want a woman right now while he behind the walls. You hear me?
So, you know, thinking about your brothers, thinking about the other young men in the world, thinking about the people that could possibly not have to go to prison, just from hearing what you might have to share. What would you tell any young man that's just like, F how it turn out? I'm gonna shoot, rob, whatever it takes to
Man,
go to
don't do it.
prison.
Don't do it, man. Hey, it ain't worth your time, but you hear me? I tell any young man, it ain't worth your time to go to be even tote no gun, to even
And
take
then
a
what if they
chance
don't
with.
have a kid? You know, you got that kid now that keeps your heart and your mind grounded.
Mm-hmm.
These kids, 19, 18, they
If
going
you
to
ain't got
prison.
no kid, get some money.
That
Get
money.
some money, man. Get some money.
Sometimes it be the
Hey,
money that cause them to go.
but now I'm saying they gotta get them some real money. I'm saying legit money.
Some
You hear me?
legit
So
money.
it's so many different ways now to just get some money.
Yeah.
You hear me? I'm saying it's so many young men ain't even gotta be doing nothing they doing.
They can use
When
the
when you had to do that back then,
yeah.
they was on some sneaky underground shit, like verify, but solidifying it.
Yeah.
Man, that ain't never been player. You hear me? That ain't, cause you scary one. You hear me? You gotta be. You hear me? You want to shoot somebody?
Oh my
You hear
God.
me? For real.
Do you feel that people that have been to prison, felons or ex-cons, I don't know if that's is ex-con a vulgar term?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ex-con.
felon.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel like did 8 years?
Supposed to did 5, did 8, got sick and tired.
Okay, so
So
you
I
were
damn
originally gonna
sure
do
ain't
5
going back.
and then
Yeah.
did 3 more and did
Yeah.
8 total.
Yeah.
Do you feel like felons are treated fairly after they went and served their time and now back into society? Do you feel like they're judged and mistreated by society?
Yeah, cause they want us to pay them every fucking month. I
Oh,
came home broke without nothing. You want me to pay you
wow.
every
Oh my
month?
God. So think about the crime you committed. If you could go back to that day,
Thousand
would you
dollars.
not
I had $1,000 that day.
already before the robbery?
I had I had supposed to did this, got some money. One of him was finna send me some money, and I'm on the phone with some money, and still was going to hit a lick. You hear me?
Would you have not done it today?
I would have dare done that dumb shit today. You hear me? Cause
Yeah. So
that was a fool's move. You hear me?
would you call that a regret, or I don't regret my life and my experiences, but I just wouldn't have done that?
Yeah, I just wouldn't have done it. I don't regret it, but I just wouldn't have. I done lived it down now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can't regret it, goddamn me, cause I done faced it like a real man. You hear me? Like
Right.
I took on my conscience. Like okay, I paid my penalty for it. So,
Okay.
but I wouldn't have done it today.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought about doing it today. You hear me?
Yes.
It's a whole other million other ways than to go do a robbery. You hear me? Or to
Okay.
go pull a gun and take somebody's money. You hear me?
Right.
Cause people work for their money too. You hear me? You don't know what people go through to get their money. You hear me?
Right. Right. Okay, Quimbo, you have a magic wand,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have a magic wand. You get to change anything about the justice system. What would you change about the justice system, if anything?
The sentences.
The sentences. So
Yeah.
you feel like they are too long, or
Yeah.
okay, okay, you feel like they're too long, or some sentence can be served in jail instead of prison.
Yep.
Or you talking about the length?
The length
The
on.
length of. Okay.
The length on.
Okay. The too long.
If you give a 16-year-old 50 years, he's 16, 50 years, he still ain't even did nothing, ain't had no kind of nothing doing
No
nothing. So you
Get
get that
out.
man that much time
Expect
for
him to out.
for a crime that's just that small
Yeah.
that he could learn from. He ain't nothing but a child still.
Right.
He's 16 years old. He's a child. Get that man experience. That man can still get back and live his life over again. You hear me? Like, don't just stop his whole course of living
50 years for a 16-year-old.
for a 16-year-old. You hear me?
I got you. What's next for Quimbo? What are your dreams? What are you up to now? Are you working? What are you
Yeah.
up to? Or what's next for you? What you got planned?
I'm working right now. I'm working right now. I got myself a full-time job at the moment, so
Okay,
I'ma hold this
good.
down for a second and run it.
Yeah.
And Oakland and Owen hot shot.
Okay.
I'ma just build myself up. I'ma start me a hot shot company
Okay. Okay.
called Oakland and Owen Hot Shot.
Okay.
You hear me?
I like that.
I'ma take one truck, buy me 3 trucks.
Okay.
Take 3 trucks, buy me 6 trucks. You hear me?
Okay.
And it's gonna go from there. I'm gonna buy me a little light, put me a little 10 building on there, a little office, and we're gonna run it like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's called family business, you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you.
Mr. Ookin and Owen.
Mr. Ookin and Owen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's run it. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna get to
so
it.
that's a good thing because you have the names like Google and Uber. You need a catchy name on your business.
Mr. Ookin and Owen, like a fool. What's the play?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. And this will be our last question.
Mm-hmm.
For the kids or the young adults, the men that feel like if I'm not committing crimes, if I don't go to prison, if I don't get my stripes, or I'm not a street dude.
I never toted a gun.
Never. You never been like a pistol toter like everywhere I go.
I'm not that scary.
Yeah.
So I done been in some of the slimiest spots in the hoods, in the trenches, in the dungeon. Then I protect myself.
Yeah.
Far as toting a gun, a gun is only for when you need a gun. You hear me?
Right. So
you ain't that scared to walk in a store.
I'm still the same Quimbo. I'm just not committing crime.
I'm the same dude. I'm the same person.
It don't change the respect. Because big thing. They think that committing crimes and doing all that and respect in the hood.
Ain't nothing can take your name from you. You hear me?
Nothing.
Only thing can take your name from me if you.
Yeah.
If that's your name, you hear me?
If
that's your name, you worry. You care about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
take care of it.
For coming and stopping by. I want you to share your social media handles.
So
we can, and I'll get them posted on the screen. What is your TikTok, Facebook?
Man, I have to look all this shit up. I don't even know really.
I'll put it on the screen. His Facebook is Quincy Manning, but I'll share the right one.
Yeah.
His TikTok, I'll share that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
You know, I'm just now tuning in to social medias and stuff like this.
But you got those followers. You got like 5K.
Yeah. I be running now.
You running it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you be good.
Oh.
You have a good one.
Okay, you too.
All right, y'all be good.